what's up you guys? So today we have a little bit of a different setting. I'm in the Bay Area visiting one of my really best friends. So today I have two of my most requested kind of, is this fast food? I don't know. I have Chipotle and I have Panda Express. My purse just fell to the floor. There's ghosts. So I got requested to do these about the same amount, so I decided to do both today because the little shopping center that I went to today happened to have these side by side. So I was like, perfect, this is destiny. I have a Chipotle little burrito baby. Oh God, it feels like it's leaking. Oh my God, my nails. So you guys get to stare at my ugly nails for today. This is why I suck being a girl, because anything that actually requires maintenance, like doing your nails or your hair or getting like a spray tan or lash extension, I just don't do any of that because I know I can't keep up with it. So I decided to just get a veggie burrito because I thought I would just keep it nice and light today because nothing screams light like a Chipotle burrito. And then from Panda Express, I stole a lot of chopsticks. So this is chow mein, tofu, eggplant, and sweet fire chicken, I think is what it was called. Ooh, they gave me a cookie. They gave me a wonton cookie. I'm gonna open this up first. Fortune cookie. What did I just call this? Okay, fortune cookie. Let's see what this says. Good fortune is coming to you. That's the most generic fortune you could have possibly given me. Okay, so I'm gonna try some of this. I don't know what to start with. Oh, damn, I don't have any sriracha. I don't know if my friend has any either. Oh, that sucks. So I got tofu. No one likes tofu except me. Mmm. Tofu is so good. Okay, thumbnail. Oh God. Mmm. This camera and its focusing needs to die. Oh my God. This veggie burrito basically has everything except meat. It has the rice, beans, all the salsas, corn, sour cream, guacamole, cheese. It's really good. Mmm. I normally really like the tofu that they have, but I'm trying to cut down on tofu. I have a story time about why I try not to eat tofu, and it involves me crying at work. So I'm gonna probably tell that story in this video because it's so stupid. I also have an old coffee from this morning. This totally needs sriracha. I don't think they gave me anything. This is pretty bland. This jacket makes me look like a marshmallow. I got it from Charlotte Russe. Black Friday, only 20 bucks. I mean, it's kind of tacky, so I get why it was on sale, but I like it. I'm so happy I actually get to wear all my like sweaters and jackets up here because it's been like 30 or 40 degrees, which I know to a lot of people is not that cold. I'm sure I'm gonna get some comment that's like, oh my God, 30 degrees is not even cold. Where I live, it's like negative 8,000 degrees. But guess what? We don't all live on Antarctica in an igloo. So 30 degrees is cold for me. It's all relative to where you live. And yeah, I'm happy I get to wear my little jackets. I didn't even try this chicken. This is the sweet fire chicken. Okay, I gotta be real with you guys because I don't think I've ever eaten like chicken like this before. I really don't like when you bite into a piece of meat and there's like a little gristly part or like a fat part or like a veiny part. It makes me really upset. I just choked. So when I have stuff like this, I kind of rip it apart like a wild animal. So that's what I'm gonna do here, because I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. This is how I eat. Oh yeah, okay, this is a good piece. This is a good one. I didn't even give you guys a close-up before I started tearing this bitch up. I'm gonna do a close-up and see if you guys can tell what I'm talking about. It looks like it's like half good and half like crap. See, the top part looks like good chicken, but then the bottom part, it looks like it's either like a ton of breading or it looks like it's kind of like ground up chicken. I don't like that part, so I'm gonna eat around that. This is exactly why I haven't done like chicken wings or anything on my channel, because I know you guys are gonna be like, what the F are you doing with that chicken? Mmm. Oh. Oh my god. That just fell all over my pants. The last time I was at Chipotle, I had the most bizarre experience. So if you've never been to Chipotle before, it's kind of like Subway. They just have like all the food prepared sitting out, and you pick and choose what you want in your burrito, or you can do like a salad or tacos or whatever. It's probably like 7 or 8 p.m. A lot of people, probably like 15 people in line. This old guy, he kind of looked like Donald Trump. He starts yelling at the girl making the burritos. He starts yelling at the girl because they didn't have, so you can pick from either white rice or brown rice. He was yelling at the girl because they didn't have brown rice out. Like, I guess the brown rice container was empty. So he's screaming at her. He's like, why don't you guys have brown rice? Like, when you guys run out of brown rice, you need to make sure that you have the brown rice ready to go. And the girl helping him is like super nice. She's like, oh, like we do have some ready back here. We just haven't gotten a chance to switch it out yet. So you would think like he would chill out and be like, oh, okay, like that's a reasonable answer. Like they just haven't had time to fill up the container. He still is like not happy. He's like, no, that's not acceptable. Like, what don't you understand? When it gets low, you fill it up. You don't wait for it to get empty and then change it out. She's just kind of like, you know, in customer service, when someone's going crazy at you, you kind of just have to like, after a certain point, like, you just like don't even respond. You're just kind of like smiling and like, yeah, totally. Like, I get what you're saying. So she's at that point where she's kind of just like, yeah, like, like I totally get you. So he's like freaking out, like, do you guys know how to run a business? Like when you guys start getting low on something, you fill it up. You don't let it go empty and blah, blah, blah. Just like freaking out about this stupid ass brown rice. He turns to us and he's like, I'm sorry, like I don't want to cause a scene, but you guys don't know how to handle your business here. All of us are just behind him like waiting our turn. After his freaking 4 or 5 minute long rant, finally she's like, okay, so did you want white or brown rice? Kind of like back where they started. And it turns out this guy didn't even want brown rice. He wanted white rice. So it's like, how the hell are you gonna spend 5 minutes bitching about something you didn't even want? Like, it was the stupidest thing ever. The line kept building up behind him and all of us are just like, so they end up calling the manager because this guy is still that upset about this freaking brown rice being empty. Even though he didn't want brown rice, even though they had brown rice ready, he still is not happy. This manager comes out, it's like this young guy. And the manager, I think, had already been hearing like this guy and all his BS. So the old guy is basically going through it again, talking about how they don't know how to do anything and like the brown rice should have never been empty. Like, oh my God, his whole day, his whole life is ruined because the brown rice was empty. I was actually texting my friend while this was happening and I took a picture of the old guy talking to the manager, and you can see the manager totally saw me taking a picture, and you can see the manager like smiling in the picture I took, because I think even the manager knew like this guy is such a joke. I just hate that there are people like that in this world that want to just be like angry and upset over anything. Like, no matter what the situation is, like they can find something to pick at and be upset over. It's so ridiculous. I can't believe someone would waste their energy being that mad over something so stupid. And then after that, I get my food and I sit down and I'm ready to eat. This is not as like dramatic, it was just like kind of weird. But I sit down to eat, and then this girl walks in dressed as like the Cat in the Hat, the character from the Dr. Seuss books, but she's like face makeup, like head to toe, like a big cat onesie with like the hat and everything, and she just sits down next to me. She doesn't even get food or anything, so I'm kind of like, okay. 2 seconds after the cat lady 2 seconds after the cat lady sits down next to me, Cameron Dallas walks in the door, and I don't know if you guys know who that is because I barely know who that is. I don't know if he's famous from Vine or YouTube, but he has a lot of Instagram followers, I think, just for being an attractive young like teeny bopper guy. I don't know, it was just like a weird Chipotle experience. I'm spilling food everywhere. So I'm gonna try and quickly tell you guys the time that tofu made me cry. This is all eggplant, which is kind of like a waste of my time. The tofu tastes really good though. So, okay, I'm taking this off because it's kind of hot. So I'm gonna quickly tell you guys the reason why I try not to eat tofu. I don't know how true this is, but tofu is made of soy. It is a soy product, but soy, supposedly, it increases like your estrogen production, and it like kind of messes with your hormones if you eat it a lot. I feel like it is totally true because last year I went through this phase where I was making these rice bowls with tofu in them every single day. I ate it like every day for 3 weeks straight. And not just that, but I'd also started eating a lot of edamame as a snack, which edamame are soybeans. So I was just eating a lot of soy when normally it was not really a part of my diet. And I swear, you guys, in those 3 weeks, let me just preface this, I'm not a very emotional person. I don't get upset over things easily at all. In my adult life, I've probably cried like 2 times. Like, I'm just not a crier. I just don't react to things very emotionally, and that's kind of how I've always been. But in those 3 weeks that I was eating all that soy, I was so emotional. I cried literally 4 times in those 3 weeks. It was not normal. 2 of the times that I was crying, I was watching like a cute video and I started crying. The reason that I stopped eating the tofu is because I was at work and I started crying. And the reason I started crying was so stupid. I'm about to tell you guys. I was working on the show American Horror Story just as like an extra. They had booked like 10 of us to just be like extras walking down the sidewalk during one of the scenes because it was supposed to be like a Halloween night scene. So when they called me and told me the info for the job, they had just said like, okay, they're gonna be dressing you guys up in Halloween costumes. It's gonna be in downtown LA. You know, this is the address and this is the time. Super chill and super general. So I show up thinking that they're gonna be putting me in like a normal Halloween costume, and I saw they had already dressed some people when I got there. So some people were dressed in like a clown costume, someone was dressed in like a witch costume, like it was just like very generic, basic Halloween costume. So I was like, okay, cool. But no, apparently 3 of us were booked as like slutty girls, like slutty Halloween girls. And I didn't realize that. In the scene, the main character basically makes a comment about these slutty girls walking by, and I was booked as one of those slutty girls, and they needed the girls to show in the scene. They dress everyone normal, and then they pick me and these 2 other girls out, and they're like, okay, you guys stand to the side. They finish dressing all the normal people in the normal Halloween costumes, and then they pull out the rack of Halloween costumes for us. It was a rack of just like bras and underwear. And I'm like, what? So they dressed the first girl. They ended up giving her like a corset and like a tutu and like mouse ears or something. So it wasn't that bad. The second girl, they dressed her a little sluttier. They were dressing her as like a devil. So they gave her like a red bodysuit with like this weird little skirt over it, and they gave her like devil ears. For me, this wardrobe lady, she hands me literally just a bra and like these tiny little lame booty shorts. Like they weren't even shorts. They were basically like underwear, like boy shorts. And she's like, here, there's your costume, go put that on. So I'm like looking at it like, what is the, I even told her, I was like, what is the costume here? Like, it's literally a bra and underwear. She's like, oh, we're gonna give you some socks and some roller skates, and you're gonna be like our cute roller girl costume. And I was like, First of all, I can't roller skate, so that's not gonna work. And second of all, I'm not wearing a bra and underwear in a show. Like, I was not told that I was gonna do that. They weren't paying us anything extra. Normally when you do any sort of job that's like bathing suit or lingerie or just something more revealing, like they always pay you more, and they were not paying us anything extra. I was not at all prepared to be wearing a bra and underwear for work that day. Immediately, again, remember, I had been really emotional at this point, so immediately I get like pretty upset. I told him, I was like, I'm not comfortable wearing this. I wasn't told I was gonna be wearing anything like this. I really don't dress slutty normally, and I sure as hell am not gonna be wearing a bra and underwear for a freaking extra job. You know, it's just like not worth it. It's not worth being uncomfortable all day and freezing cold. So there's two wardrobe ladies. There's like a bitchy wardrobe lady and a really nice wardrobe lady. And the nice wardrobe lady is like, okay, sweetie, like just go put it on and let us know how you feel. And if you don't like it, then we can like adjust it and blah, blah, blah. And so I go put it on. Again, it's just bra and underwear. So I get out and I tell him, I was like, I can't wear this. Like, I don't want to wear this. This is very uncomfortable for me. There's so many people. This was in the middle of downtown LA, like busy. I was gonna have to be wearing this for the next like 12 hours. I told him, I was like, I don't want to wear this. So I'm telling them, like, can I please just wear a normal costume? And they're like, no, you're booked as one of the slutty girls. Like, you have to be the slutty girl. At that point, I start crying. Not like bawling crying, but I start getting tears in my eyes. The bitchy wardrobe lady like flips out on me. She's like, you're only crying because you want attention. Like, you just want people to compliment you. Like, that's why you're just fishing for compliments. And at that point, I start actually crying because now I have this like 50-year-old bitchy wardrobe lady yelling at me, telling me that I'm being an attention whore and trying to cause a scene. And then finally the nice wardrobe lady tells the bitchy one, and she's like, you need to go like simmer down. I'm gonna help her. And it was just so, oh my god, the whole thing was just so embarrassing. It ended up being this huge scene. I'm crying, this lady's yelling at me. I'm still dressed in like a bra and underwear, like really awkwardly trying to like cover myself. And then the bitchy lady is trying to tell me, she's like, do you want to go home? Do you want to be sent home? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, trying to threaten me. And I was telling her, like, yeah, send me home. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to wear this. And then the nice one's like, no, 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 like, we can't let her go home. Like, we don't have any other slutty girls to do this. So it was just this huge scene, and the nice wardrobe lady ended up helping me out a little bit. She ended up giving me like a couple extra layers on top. She ended up giving me this little black skirt to wear over the booty shorts, and then she also gave me some like long knee-high socks. I actually ended up posting a picture of the final outfit on Instagram, so if you guys look back like a year ago, you'll see the outfit. They ended up giving me like bunny ears. Yeah, it was still like kind of slutty, but it was definitely a lot more covered up than just like a bra and underwear. If you guys go to my Instagram and see that picture, now you know I was crying my eyes out like probably a few minutes before that picture was taken. So after that day and after crying at work, I was like, I can't do this. Like, that's so embarrassing. It's so unprofessional. So I stopped eating tofu and soy products after that day, and I have not been emotional or cried at all since then. So if y'all want to try and tell me that soy products don't mess with your hormones, I think that's not true, because in my experience, at least with me, it definitely seems to, and that is why I don't eat tofu as much anymore, because I like not having emotions. I like being heartless. Tofu is now only a rare treat for me. Ooh, this is a good piece. Sun. Not sure, it depends on where we park. Alrighty guys, so my camera's about to die and the sun is now on my face. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm sorry I talked way too much and barely ate anything. I'm definitely gonna save this stuff and reheat it later. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other requests, be sure to leave them down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye!